Welcome, it's Kimberly Sherry, International Energy Healer, helping you lead a life of wealth without worry. Welcome, I can't believe it's Friday again, already here, and this is the final Friday of the year. This is the final Friday of the year, and there's my daughter, okay, great. Yeah, so this is the final episode or final Friday's inspiration of the year. And so one of the things I wanted to share was some of the lessons learned over 2018. Just three of the biggest takeaways, I would say, for me for this year. And not only applying that to myself, but also to my clients. And so the first one I wanted to talk about was, most people are looking to find more joy in their life. And so joy is the result of expanding, of growing, of evolving. But the way that we expand and grow and evolve is by doing things, by taking action. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, is the need to take action if we're going to create the kind of joy we want in our life. And so many people, like, they know what they should be doing, but for some reason they're just kind of stuck and kind of paralyzed. And when I even think about myself in this past year, big year for me, big expansion. In February of this year, I sold everything. And, for the past 2 years, I've been feeling this push of the need to get out of, I would say, where I was living. But it turned out to be getting out of the country. And so since I pay attention to those voices in my head, I always wondered, I wonder why such a big push. And thus it will continue to be revealed. However, over this past year, been big expansion as a result. And so as a result, I went through this very small window of opportunity and sold everything, which was not an easy thing per se. And I kept questioning myself, I kept asking, asking my spirit guides, are you sure? Are you sure this is what we're supposed to be doing? And so as a result, I ended up in Peru, in the Sacred Valley for 3 months. And I really could feel, hey, Andrea, the importance of really getting super grounded in that environment. That energy there is just so powerful. And it really helped me to ground in a much deeper way because of I could feel this need that I'm going to be holding a much more expanded space. And so that was super powerful. And then as a result of this continuing to grow and expand, went home for a bit and then ended up coming here to Australia. And so, I am just keep listening and growing and expanding. I was invited here by some people, which in the end turned out to not be what I had hoped for. And so that was a sort of a disappointment. And so that's another big thing about moving forward. When we move forward and maybe things don't turn out the way we thought they were, the biggest thing, I went to Bali first. Thanks for the reminder. I've even forgotten where I'm going. Yes, I went to Bali first. Went to Bali first, and that was super amazing and super powerful, and was able to spend some time there with my son, and my daughter's reminding me about that, so thank you. So yes, Bali, very, very expanded and very deeply connected spiritually. So that was what Bali was about for me, and also connecting more to the feminine energy. I just love that energy there. I had also a quick stopover into Singapore for a couple weeks, which was also very cool. And so coming here to Australia, I did start off as a little bit of a disappointment because I thought I was going in a direction and it turned out to be different. So good to know, right? Good to know instead of continuing in the wrong direction. and wasting a bunch of time. And so, how quick you recover from something like that is really important, because we're always going to have disappointments in our life. There's always going to be something that didn't turn out the way we had hoped for. And you just have to just carry on. And what's next? Just carry on to what's next. And so that's brings me to the second thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the need to stay focused on what it is we desire. So, me doing this every single week. In fact, last night I counted. I've been doing this for more than a year. I already knew that part. But I didn't know that I had done it for 83 weeks in a row. 83 weeks, that's a long time. And I haven't missed 1 week. And so this is my way of showing you that you guys can count on me, and that I'm super reliable, and that I'll just keep being here because I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you how it started. This might be a really good thing for you, is that it started off with a 30-day challenge. Somebody challenged me to do a video every day for 30 days. And so I thought, ooh, that sounds scary. I'll do that. I like to jump into things that are a little scary because I know that expands me. And so I did it every day for 30 days. I think I missed 2, maybe 3 days. I waited too long to the end of the day, or I was, too many things going on. I just couldn't fit it in, or, whatever happened. But anyway, as a result of that, I decided that I liked doing it, but just not every day. So from then, and so that challenge was in May of last year. So since June of 2017, year and a half, I've been doing it every single week, 83 weeks. So persistence really pays off. I think when I was first doing this, I had a few people watching. And now I'm noticing some of my videos are getting, hundreds of views, 300-400 views. So this is an important piece for me to continue to get my message out there. And thank you, Missy. My daughter's inspired by me. And so it inspires me that you guys keep showing up here, and that you're interested in what I have to say, because I do have some special gifts. I have some gifts of being able to see things that other people can't see, and knowing things that other people don't have access to. And I've been teaching you all along, and I'm going to continue to teach you in that way. And the biggest thing that I wanted to emphasize today, and it's something that I've really discovered over this past year, and one that I keep talking about, and some of you might just kind of be poo-pooing the idea, or not really paying attention, or thinking maybe it's a little too out there. But that is keeping track of this energy of the 1%. So the 1% is that energy, that oppressive energy that's ruling humanity. And I got an interesting text this morning of someone who was a little upset about a video that they had gotten, and it was really kind of really promoting all the fear of another bank collapse, etc. And so the reality is that if you really are paying attention, we know that there's going to be some kind of collapse. We know that there's going to be some kind of shift and change in the government. The governments are collapsing. The old system that is not working is collapsing. And so instead of being in fear when we see this happening, to be in awe, to be in excitement about what's on the other side. And the way that you do that is by tracking, and some of you may not be able to do this, so you can get my help, but knowing how much fear you have in your body. Are you grounded? I've been explaining over and over how to get ultra grounded, those 3 parts. I'll say it again. And that is one, having that really solid grounding cord that goes from the base of your spine to the center of the planet. These may sound like just simple things. Use your free imagination, but super powerful. I use these tools every single day, and as well as my clients. And so that's the first part, getting really connected to the earth. And then the second part is sending those roots down from your feet so that they go down into the earth and they start sucking up the energy of abundance, the energy of the feminine that goes through your legs, down the grounding cord, creating this loop of energy. And the third most important part of getting ultra grounded is pulling in your worry circle. So if you're worried about the future, if you're worried about the collapse of the government, if you're worried about anything out in the future, one, pull your energy back into present time, but two, pull in your worry circle. That's the circle that radiates around your root chakra. Now, ideally, you wouldn't have a worry circle. There wouldn't be one. But most people have one. And if you're not sure how to do this, just use your free imagination and just imagine going out to the 15th layer of your aura, like you would know where that is. Just pretend you know where that is. As a spirit, you know all the things I've been teaching you. I'm just helping you remember. So you just pull in that circle of energy around your root. In fact, I'm doing it right now for all of you and those of you who are listening to this out into the future. Let's do this right now. Let's pull in that worry circle. Just imagine going out to that 15th layer, and you're going to send all that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fear down your grounding. Hey, Bruce, you can use some grounding too. I know it. So just pull in that worry circle, send all that worry down your grounding. Take a deep breath, just let that all go. And just keep pulling that energy in, pulling that energy in. Keep going, 2. So right at that second layer, there's a big chunk of fear. So send that fear down your grounding. Let's see, fear of the future. Yeah, because that's kind of like fear of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. And we know and we can feel the changes that are on the horizon, and it really makes people afraid. So instead of being afraid, be in awe, be in excitement of what's going to be on the other side of this, because it's like pruning a dead tree. You know, you have to cut off all the dead parts in order for this new part to emerge. And for those of you who are focused on all the things that are creating fear, that's all by choice. You have the choice of what you're going to focus on. And this is what I'm talking about in this third point. Choosing what to focus on. What was the second point? What you choose to focus on is what's going to create your life. It's what's going to create how you feel in your body. And so thus the importance of focusing on things that are positive, things that are encouraging, things that are supportive, hanging around, finding friends. If you don't have friends that are supportive and encouraging, finding friends that are. Go out on meetups, so go out and find new friends and connect with people that are thinking in a like mind as you. So those are the 3 important things I wanted to talk about. So one is that joy comes from expansion, and expansion comes from doing. You have to do some scary things that kind of make you stretch and feel uncomfortable. That's when you know you're growing. And as long as you got that good grounding, there's really nothing to fear if you're really paying attention and listening to do those scary things that you can feel that inner part of you pushing you towards, but you keep pulling back. And that it's that inner part of you that knows what you need to do. You're the ones that's resisting. You resist, and then that's when things start to fall apart. It's like, I heard that voice a long time ago, but I didn't listen. And so as you feel that inner thing, that inner voice pushing you towards the direction you should go, that's when you need to step into that part that's a little scary and just do it. And use your grounding so that you really stay in a good grounded place. So that and the need to stay focused. And third is managing that 1% energy. So this 1% is not kidding around. They are eating you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner by stirring the pot of negative emotions, of fear and anxiety. This is what they eat for breakfast every single day. So if you want to keep feeding the beast, be my guest. And I am, oh, thanks, Andrea. I am just going to keep coming here to show you that you can have that you can have the life you desire, but you really have to take action and step into those scary things. So I'm going to keep encouraging that. And one of the things that I've noticed is, I'm going to save this for next time, talking about this new economy that's emerging. But I will post because I always want to post something for you guys. It's a little mini course that I made. It's only $7, so and I've stopped promoting the free thing, because one of the things I discovered surprisingly this year is that free offer that more than 600 people have taken me up on, which was those free meditations, that 86% never opened it, never took advantage of it. So that taught me, okay, this is lesson 4, that people view free things as valueless, that they have no value. And so, people always want free things, but then they don't take advantage of it. They don't use these free things that are actually very helpful and very beneficial. So after I discovered that, I decided that I'm going to put one of those things in there that was the most valuable of those free meditations in a small offering. It's only $7, that has a really powerful meditation, and this is a breakthrough. And it's how to deal with the energies of, hey Yenli, how to deal with the energies of fear and anger. Anger is a really low vibrating energy, and it's the opposite of wealth and abundance. So you're never going to be making more money if you're angry and afraid. So the anger is usually over the fear. Anyway, so I'm going to post the link to that, because that is a really great next step to discovering how to break through these energies. And a really great exercise and a great meditation for $7. So that is, I'm not doing that for the money. I'm just doing that because this is how people break through their money blocks, is you have to stop doing the free things and start investing in yourself. You're not investing in me, you're investing in yourself. Take care of yourself and start taking some positive actions that are going to really create a difference in your life. So I'm really looking forward to this next year. I know a lot of people are starting to show up that are really afraid, and that's because you've been listening to things that are scary. So stop it. Stop doing that. Stop making yourself afraid and start focusing on staying grounded and being positive. Angel, great. Thanks for coming on. So I think that's about it. And I'm really hoping that you are going to make this next year also a very good year. We always start off in the new year, so excited about doing something really special, and then we peter out. So instead of making a New Year's resolution, do some things that are going to be a new way of living, a new lifestyle, so that you can really start creating the life you desire. All right, my friends, Happy New Year, and I hope you're enjoying your holidays. And I've given up Christmas. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that a way of bringing a great deal of joy. And that's not to say I haven't enjoyed hanging out with my family on Christmas and with my cousins and so forth. It's just that I'm expanding into other things. I grew up without it, so I don't really miss it. But the only thing I do miss is my family. and so it feels like we're connecting more now than ever. And so I love that my daughter's here. We're going to connect afterwards. And so I want to wish you all a very joyful New Year's and safe New Year's Eve. And I will see you all next year. So next Friday, we'll be stepping into a brand new year. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, Andrea. All right, friends, sending you so much love and namaste, and keep asking my favorite question. By now, of course, you know what it is. How in the world does it get any better than this? And stay in that blissful question of I wonder how it's going to get better. And I hope you're wondering too. So until next year, next week, sending much love. Namaste.